Good morning and welcome to the May 25th, 2022 City Council meeting. I'm going to go a little bit off script this morning before we get started and simply say that I don't feel right just going into the meeting without making an acknowledgement to the folks in Uvalde. So it's tough. It's tough for the folks that live there. It's tough for the people that live here that are sending their kids to school. And we all want a safe community. So before we start, if we can just have just a moment of silence for the families down there and for the kids. And if you just join me for just a second. Thank you. All right, we're going to begin with the invocation from Councilman Haney, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'll please stand.
You pray with me. Dear Lord, we just pray for your wisdom and your guidance during these troubled times. Be with us as we put forth our community's needs in front of our own needs. Be with our first responders. Be with our citizens. We just pray for safety and blessings from you, Lord. And in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we will begin with the minutes from April 27th, 2022.
Move to approve minutes as presented. Second.
Got a motion by Westbrook, second by Wynn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A1. Hi, Erin.
Hi, how are you? Good morning. Well, good morning, Mayor and Council. My name is Erin Garner. I am the Keep Tyler Beautiful Community Coordinator. And today we are requesting that the City Council consider accepting the Gold Star Affiliate Award from Keep Texas Beautiful for accomplishments in 2021. Now, the Keep Tyler Beautiful Board was founded in 1995 and has 11 board members who help run our program community events. Our mission is to encourage beautification, waste reduction, and recycling activities in our beautiful city of Tyler. In 2021, Keep Tyler Beautiful was recognized by Keep Texas Beautiful as a Gold Star affiliate. Keep Tyler Beautiful was one of only 86 cities in Texas to receive this recognition, which we have earned for 16 consecutive years. We are also an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful and, of course, Be City USA. Today, we are presenting the Gold Star Award to Council, and I have a short presentation for y'all today to showcase the work that we completed in 2021, which led to us receiving this award. A large part of our mission is to keep Tyler litter-free and encourage our citizens to participate in city-wide cleanups. The Great Tyler Cleanup hosted 237 volunteers in 2021 who collected approximately 2,200 pounds of trash and litter from 49 different locations, including 8 Tyler area parks. Most of our Keep Tyler Beautiful budget goes towards our litter control contract with Andrews Diversified Industries, who employs crews of individuals with special needs. Through this contract, 116 miles of our roadways are cleaned on a 2-month cycle, and we can also respond to community complaints about litter through this contract. Keep Tyler Beautiful hosts an Adopt a Spot program where community groups and businesses can adopt streets, parks, and campuses in Tyler and take part in keeping them litter-free. The groups commit to cleaning their Adopt a Spot 4 times a year, and as of 2021, there were 15 parks, 59 streets, and all 3 local college campuses adopted. Through these volunteer efforts, 12,000 pounds of litter were removed from Tyler roadways, parks, waterways, and other public spaces last year. Our beautification projects had a successful year in 2021. The Beauty in the Box program added 11 new wraps to our collection of 89 traffic boxes as of this year, which are wrapped with art designed by local artists, and this beautification program is fully funded by sponsors. The Park Service Day project, which started in 2017, focuses on beautification projects for parks in North Tyler. It is my favorite project that we do. This year, we completed various service projects, including cleaning, painting, and flower bed maintenance with the help of 95 volunteers in 6 different locations. Project Daffodil originally started in 1995, but was reimagined in 2018. And this daffodil bulb sale is hosted by Keep Tyler Beautiful and serves as both a fundraiser and a beautification initiative. In 2021, 12,950 daffodil bulbs were sold to help beautify the city. Keep Tyler Beautiful also partners with the Urban Forestry Department and the Tyler Trees Committee to host Arbor Day each year. In 2021, 2 Arbor Day events were hosted with a total of 76 trees planted across the city with the help of 250 volunteers. Ooh, I did skip one. Thank you. Keep Tyler Beautiful also hosts the Beauty and Business Award, which recognizes businesses who go above and beyond in maintaining their property and landscaping. These businesses were nominated by the public and voted on by the Keep Tyler Beautiful board. Part of our beautification efforts are to expand public displays of art by offering local artist painting opportunities. Whoop, did it again. The 19 panels of the art wall at Hillside Park were also repainted in 2021 with artwork submitted by local artists. These panels will continue to be repainted every other year. In addition, restroom murals were added at Bergfeld Park and Woldert Park in 2021 for a total of 5 murals in restrooms to date. Bounce back again, sorry. Our Tyler Against Graffiti program strives to cover up graffiti within 72 hours of it being reported. We have a hotline in which anyone can report graffiti in Tyler, and we will cover that within those 72 hours. And this hotline also functions as a litter hotline. In 2021, Tyler Against Graffiti covered up graffiti in 54 locations. An important aspect of Keep Tyler Beautiful's mission is to promote and facilitate recycling. Keep Tyler Beautiful hosts tours of the Downtown Recycling Center to raise awareness and promote recycling to youth. There's also the Christmas Tree Recycling Program, which has locations at Fun Forest Park and Golden Road Park. And December through January, we collect natural Christmas trees for reuse by local fishermen. Also, in conjunction with with America Recycles Day, every November, Keep Tyler Beautiful hosts Tyler Recycles Day, and it's an event to educate the public regarding recycling and help promote the Tyler Recycle Center. And thanks to partnerships with Arclitect Shredding and Interstate Battery, we're able to host that event. Bee City USA, we recently became an affiliate a few years ago. We are one of only 9 cities in Texas with this affiliation. Our mission as an affiliate is to educate and raise awareness in the community on the importance of all pollinator species, but especially bees. We have a honeybee observation hive, which is located in the northeast corner of the Rose Garden. So if you haven't gone by, you should check it out. It's beautiful. And it was completed in August of 2020. We celebrated the grand opening of that hive during our inaugural Bee Day event a year later in June 2021 with vendors, activities, and workshops all promoting the importance of pollinators. And we also celebrated National Pollinator Week through online activities and social media posts. Our other efforts include leading our Youth Advisory Committee and outreach in the form of classroom presentations and booths at community events. The Youth Advisory Committee is an entirely student-led branch of Keep Tyler Beautiful, and they assist with all of our large volunteer events and even host a few smaller events themselves. Through that program, we are able to utilize each youth's specific talent to engage the public in improving the community. And lastly, I would just like to recognize that we could not achieve everything that we do without the support and dedication we get from our city leaders, our committed board members, and our wonderful network of active volunteers. We are extremely honored to be able to help make Tyler a place we are all proud to call home. So in closing, we are recommending that the City Council consider accepting the Gold Star Affiliate Award from Keep Texas Beautiful.
Is there an award down there? Hey, let's go down and have a picture.
Kind of get wedged in here since I'm tall. Am I covering you? Okay.
Your steps still pretty down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, another one.
And before y'all leave, you know, this board, the Keep Tyler Beautiful board, is probably one of the most popular boards to be on, and probably one of the most active boards to be on. And it wouldn't work without the volunteers and staff, of course. And I feel like I see the same faces year after year on this board. But it makes me proud. You know, so many people that are moving here talk about how pretty Tyler is and how beautiful it is. And it's because, or partly because of y'all. So just thank you for volunteering and making our city a better place. So thank you all.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Happy to serve.
Yeah, we're going to stay here.
Oh, no, no.
Do we have a video? We are going to acknowledge one employee here in just a second, but I believe we have a video first. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it would shut off. We want to recognize Elizama Carrasco, cataloging specialist, 25 years of service. Come on up. Congratulations. Let me get out of the way. You gotta hold it.
Okay.
I feel tall. And thank you for 25 years. You gonna stay another 25 years?
Maybe.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate you. All right, Kyle, Z1.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
This first request is a zone change from C1 to M1, which is from light commercial to light industrial. This is for a portion of a property at 604 North Spring Avenue. As you can see here, it's the property is currently split zoned, with the rear, or the western portion and the rear of the property is currently C1. The applicant plans to have a the same zoning for the property, which would be M1, so they can utilize the property for industrial use. The adjacent properties to the, all the adjacent properties are M1 or C1, developed with a mixture of industrial, commercial, and vacant land. You can see the request is consistent with the future land use guide, identifying it as high-density mixed use. Of the notices that were sent out, 0 were returned in favor or in opposition to the request, and the Planning Commission by a 5-0 vote recommended approval.
Any questions for Kyle?
Move to approve Z1.
Second.
Motion by Wynn, second by Westbrook. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
This next request is a zone change from C1 Light Commercial District to PMF, Planned Multifamily Residential District. This is on Oak Hill Boulevard. The applicant is requesting the change to allow for the development of multifamily residential uses. The adjacent properties to the north are agricultural and C1 Light Commercial. They're currently undeveloped. To the immediate north is the location of a overhead power line easement, so that will remain undeveloped. To the east, south, and west is currently C1 Light Commercial and is developed with a mixture of office and light commercial uses. And then to the the future land use guide identifies it as a townhouse garden apartment for a portion of the property. This will amend the future land use to mixed use center for the entire property. The applicant has prepared a site plan which shows the development of 80 units, which will be contained within quadplexes. This will be a gated community with a gate on Oak Hill Boulevard, as well as an exit gate to the east, which will go through to the properties on the east side, closer to Old Jacksonville. The proposed density is 6.47 acres, or units per acre, which is on the lower density side, but since these are all quadplexes on one lot, is a multifamily zoning, the requirement for multifamily zoning. All the setbacks are consistent with what you'd expect for multifamily development, and of the notices that were sent out, we received one notice returned in favor and 0 in opposition, and the Planning Commission by a 5-0 vote recommended approval.
Any questions for Kyle? We also have a card from Bob Breedlove. Any questions for Bob? We're going to let him off the hook easy. Okay.
Second.
Got a motion by McGee, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Z3.
This is a zone change request from R1B Single Family Residential to C1 Light Commercial District. This is for to allow for the expansion of the parking lot for the restaurant that's currently to the east. So this is the residential portion of this property, and the properties to the north are zoned for single family, but they're currently undeveloped. The applicant actually owns those properties as well. The properties to the east and south, again, are commercial uses and are developed with restaurant uses. To the west, there is currently developed with single-family homes. The request would amend the future land use guide from single-family on this part of the property to match the neighborhood commercial on the east side. The applicant plans to develop this property with a parking lot that connects South Vine Avenue to Lindsay Street with no access to Nell Avenue, which is that smaller street on the west side. Given the substandard nature of that street, any driveways would be prohibited. So this would allow that area to be developed to accommodate the parking that the restaurants require. If you've been through that area, there are a lot of parking on the street, or there's a lot of parking on the street. So this would hopefully alleviate that issue. Of the notices that we received, 0 were returned in favor or in opposition to the request, and the Planning Commission by a 4-1 vote recommended approval.
Any questions or comments for Kyle?
Second.
Motion by McGee, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Z4.
This next request is a zone change request from C2 General Commercial District to PCD Planned Commercial District. This is to allow for the development of a auto paint and body shop for Caliber Collision. The adjacent properties to the east is currently undeveloped, is Zone C2. To the north and west are Zone C1 light commercial use or light commercial district. To the north is the location of a church, and to the west are commercial properties. And then to the south is Zone C1 and RPO is developed with commercial and office uses. This request is consistent with the future land use guide, which identifies it as mixed use center. The applicant's requesting again to develop the property or to use the existing building on the property for Caliber Collision, which is an auto paint and body shop. They plan to use the existing building with vehicle storage in the rear of the property. You can see the site plan they provided here, which shows they are proposing to install a solid 6-foot cedar wooden fence to screen the area that would have cars waiting to be worked on or cars that are sitting there in the back. Either they're totaled or whatever. So they have provided a screen for that, which is not required by the code, but given the nature of the area and the church to the north, they are providing that for the site. And so the applicant's also showing the removal of one of the driveways on Old Jacksonville Highway. You can see right there. So they currently have 2 access points to the highway. The code today would only allow 1, if any, and so they are removing 1 to be in closer compliance with that. They're also proposing to install a 5-foot landscape buffer along Reek Road to again help mitigate any of the visibility or the kind of soften the appearance adjacent to the church, as you see here. And so of the notices that we sent out, 0 were returned in favor or in opposition to the request, and the Planning Commission by a 5-0 vote recommended approval.
So can you go back to that plat? So if your car's going to be worked on, where on this is it going to be parked? Do you know?
Well, I'll do my best, but we do have representatives for the applicant here. Maybe they can answer that. But my understanding is that if there's any cars that are going to be stored there for any period of time, because they need to be reviewed for from an adjuster or something like that, they'd be stored back behind the screen.
You said the applicant is here?
A representative for the applicant. I'm not sure if they have that answer, but that's my understanding.
I'd love to.
That Matthew Marshall?
It's Casey and Matthew.
Matthew Marshall? Oh, architect? Okay.
Yeah, come on up. Can you come to the podium? If you can just state your name and address for the record, please.
Yes, I'm Melissa Hernandez. I'm representing the architect for the Caliber Collision. We are the architects from Allen, Texas, 879 Junction Drive, Allen, Texas. So you have a question about the storage of the vehicles that are in repair. So all damaged vehicles will be accepted and will be parked on that outdoor storage. But then once the damaged vehicles come into the center, they will be assessed if they will be totaled or not. So if they are assessed to be totaled, they will have to be taken out of the center in not more than 2 days. But all those that are needing repair will stay on that outdoor storage, but no more than 7 days.
Okay. So it'll look nice.
I'm sorry.
This place will complement the area and not be
Yes.
an eyesore.
That's right. That's right. And actually, all the repairs will going to be inside the building. No repairs will going to be done outdoors. So all repairs, all services will be indoors, enclosed.
Okay. Any questions?
Kyle answered mine about the buffer areas and the screening, so my two questions are answered. So I move to approve Z4.
Second.
Motion by Haney, second by Westbrook. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good luck with the project.
Thank you.
Z5.
This is a zone change request from R1B, single-family residential, to PUR, planned unit residential. The applicant is, they recently rezoned this property to R1B, but they have decided to utilize a gated, have private streets with a gated entrance, and so that requires the planned development, and so that's why they prepared a site plan for their development as a PUR. The adjacent properties are to the north multifamily, and then commercial to the east and west. To the south are single-family residential. This request is consistent with the future land use guide, and you can see on the site plan they are utilizing a gated entrance off of Elkton Trail, and then also to the west off of Timber Way, I believe. They are proposing to develop single-family homes on this property, and of the notices that were sent out, zero were returned in favor or in opposition to the request. Planning Commission by a 5-0 vote recommended approval.
Any questions or comments for Kyle? It's very quiet up here.
Move to approve Z5.
Second.
Okay, all right. Got a motion by McKellar, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Z6.
This is a zone change request from PCD, Planned Commercial District, to C1 Light Commercial District. This is on West Gentry Parkway. This is to allow for the use of the property for a minor utility structure for Vexus Fiber. The property was rezoned a number of years back to PCD for a car lot. It wasn't rezoned to C2. They opted to zone a PCD limited to a car lot. The applicant's requesting C1 zoning for that minor utility structure, which would just be a building on the property without any towers or anything like that. It's just a kind of like a fiber, they call them a hut or a hub for the fiber connections, and so that's what's going to be on that property. And so of the properties to the north are currently zoned for residential use and are developed with single-family homes. To the east is developed with the Dollar General store, and then a mixture of single-family homes to the west, even though they are zoned C1 light commercial. To the south is West Gentry Parkway, which is a major arterial street. This request would amend the future land use guide to reflect neighborhood commercial. Again, they do plan to house a server room for the Vexus Fiber operations on the property. Of the notices that were sent out, 0 were returned in favor, or 1 was returned in favor, and 0 in opposition. And the Planning Commission by a 5-0 vote recommended approval.
Any questions for Kyle?
Kyle, would this be facing West Gentry or Boise DR?
The building would be somewhat in the middle or to the northeast of the property.
They would face Gentry, right?
It'd be facing Gentry, yeah.
Gentry?
Yeah.
Move to approve
They'll have a fence around it as well.
Okay. I move to approve Z6.
Second.
Motion by McKellar, second by Curtis. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Z7.
This is a zone change request from light industrial to single-family residential, R1D. This is to allow for the development of a single-family home at 304 George Avenue. The property to the north and west is currently zoned M1 light industrial. The property to the north is a single-family home. The properties to the west are currently undeveloped. The properties to the south is also light industrial. And then to the east is also, or is zoned for two-family residential, but it's generally developed with single-family homes. This request would amend the future land use guide from single-family medium low density to single-family and single-family attached. R1D was selected due to the lot size, or the minimum lot size for R1D, but they do only plan to develop one detached home. There's not enough land for two homes or a townhome or anything like that. Of the notices that were sent out, we did receive one in opposition later on in the process from the property owner that owns the 3 lots to the west. The opposition calculation is 18.79%. The neighbor was concerned about the size of the lot and whether it can be developed with a single-family home with a zone change. If it's approved today, it could be developed with that. But they were also concerned about if they use their property for industrial use, what kind of impact that might have on the new house. And at the Planning Commission, it was discussed that there would need to be a buffer yard installed between between the industrial use and the single-family home, which would hopefully mitigate any of those concerns between the two land uses. And so, the Planning Commission, by a 5-0 vote, recommended approval of the request.
Any questions or comments for Kyle?
Move to approve Z7.
Motion by Wynn, second by McGee. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Z8.
And this is a zone change request from C1 Light Commercial District to R1D as well, which is single-family and single-family attached. This is at 1530 North Palace Avenue. The applicant is requesting this to bring the existing single-family home into conformance with the code. There are, as you can see here on North Palace, there are a lot of properties that are zoned for commercial use, but are actually developed with and used as single-family homes. And so I think this is for either for some financing for the property or maybe for some work that they intend to do, but they are requesting it to come into compliance with the existing use of the property and for that to match with the zoning. So as I mentioned, C1 to the north and south, but are generally residentially used. And then to the west are also residential properties. This request is consistent with the future land use guide. And as you can see here, that there's an existing residential structure that they plan to keep. And of the 28 notices sent out, 2 were returned in favor and 0 in opposition. And the Planning Commission, by a 5-0 vote, recommended approval.
All right. Any questions for Kyle?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by McKellar, second by McGee. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
P1, exciting presentation from Kedrick.
To be determined. All right, Mayor, Council, you have item P1 before you. This is an action item. Request the City Council consider reviewing and accepting the revenue and expenditure report for the period ending March 31st, 2022. So the information that you have in your packet doesn't represent all our funds, just the majority, about 70%. These are just the ones that we normally cover with you all, and definitely if you want more detail on other funds, upon your request, we can get that for you. So this report compares actuals year-to-date to the same period last year, year-to-date. Also, it compares or what our projections are compared to the amended budget. So we'll start out with the general fund, and I'll just hit the highlights. We're expecting revenues to be about $4.5 million greater than budget. As you know, that's sales tax. Sales tax is up about a little over 17% year to date. So, first time in my career to see sales tax like this, but that is what's driving that number. So, expenditures, we're expecting expenditures to be about $1.5 million below budget. So we'll move on to water utilities. We're expecting revenues to be almost $600,000 greater than budget, and expenditures to be about $1.6 million less than budget. Solid waste, we're expecting revenues to be about $105,000 greater than budget. Expenditures, we're expecting those to be about $380,000 greater than budget. Fuel maintenance, as you know, fuel is crazy right now. Now, some of that we do recover, have a fuel recovery cost, but we are seeing just increased cost in that operation. Airport fund, we're expecting revenues to be about $156,000 greater than budget, and expenses to be about $53,000 less than budget. Development services, we're kind of seeing a lot of activity there, so we're seeing revenues about $341,000 greater than budget, and expenditures about $77,000 less than budget. Hot fund, this fund has recovered. We're doing great here. Revenues are expected to be almost $360,000 greater than budget, and expenditures are $110,000 less than budget. Okay, employee health fund. We're expecting revenues to be about $1.1 million more than budget. That's due to us drawing down some revenues on the ARPA funds that was not budgeted. We're looking at drawing down at somewhere around $1 million on that to reimburse our sales for COVID expenditures, and so we're thankful to have that. So budget expenditures about $2.8 million greater than budget. We've got some high claims, the COVID expenses as well. So we're monitoring that fund closely. This is definitely the one that's on our radar. We're looking pretty good in the other funds, but this is the one that we're watching and developing a plan to correct this fund here. As we go into budget next year, we'll discuss those with you all and what we're doing to correct those.
So are those COVID-related expenses?
They're not all COVID related. We do have some high claims.
There was one, without getting too much detail, newborn infant. Those can be, which I think already is going to be $1 million plus for this fiscal year. In regards to claims on that, and that'll be a continuing one. So a couple of those plus, that one, plus I think we also still have some cancer claims for employees or dependents that are still working through. So those are come through, and you can have some good years, and then you'll have a couple of these that will all of a sudden kind of rise up and put things out of whack.
Okay. Go ahead.
Having said that, that's the end of my presentation. So if you all have any questions, please feel free to ask. Having said that, we recommend that you approve this report.
Any questions or comments for Keith? Everything looks good except for that last slide. Yeah. Good job.
Move to approve P1.
Second.
Motion by Curtis, second by McKellar. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Keeter. Ms. Franklin.
Good morning, Mayor and Council. This morning we're here before you to talk about the Rose Complex. We are ready to order some items that are out of the allowances, so we need to seek your approval for that. If you can believe it, we've been at it for a year now. So you all approved the contract with WRL back in April 2021. So it's been a little over a year, and we're looking at still finishing sometime at the end of October and making sure that we are phasing this all appropriately. We have before you line items to expend the allowances. So you voted on $27,985,000 as the total, and a part of that are these allowances. And so this is a portion that we're coming back with. You have a funding package, a furnishing package that we had an allowance for $700,000, and we're looking to spend about $681,335. So we're under budget on that allowance. And then we have the network equipment and the Wi-Fi equipment. So that's both indoor and outdoor. And that budget allowance was $470,000, and we are targeted for $461,862. So also a little bit under budget for those items. I want to talk a little bit about the furniture. So the furniture is both inside and outside for the park area that we're looking to order. We've met with Fitzpatrick and worked with them on durability, making sure it's designed properly, it can be easily reconfigured and moved, and something that really fits with the aesthetic of the conference center, both inside and outside. And then the Wi-Fi and network equipment is what it is. We did work with the IT department. We appreciate them spending time with us on scoping out all the items that we needed. There is about anywhere from 12 to 16 weeks of ordering on these items and getting them in. So we're looking at sometime around August, maybe sooner. I talked to Benny this morning. They might be able to expedite some of the items. But so anyway, we're here today to request that the City Council authorize the expenditures related to the allowances for the Rose Complex Center to purchase furniture, network equipment, and the exterior Wi-Fi and interior Wi-Fi.
Can you expand a little bit on where the Wi-Fi is going to work?
You did have a map in your packet. So what the company that we used did was drew radiuses about where we needed coverage and where we didn't, where we thought people would gather, where we thought people wouldn't. We have Wi-Fi on the in the parking lot area. That's the large parking lot that's on the west side of the building. And it's only about half there. So anywhere, if you're standing anywhere in front of the building, you'll be able to access the Wi-Fi. People sitting out in the parking lot in their car, not something that we will have Wi-Fi availability to. Everything on the east side where the park is located will all have full coverage all the way out to Front Street, so that when we have large events, they have Wi-Fi availability. And then inside the building, they did the same thing in the rooms, all of the conference rooms, and even in the hallway, just putting those radiuses together and making sure that we had coverage. We did also include in this package a cell phone booster. If you've gone to a conference, you are all using 5G or whatever that cell phone service is if you're not on the Wi-Fi. So we looked at adding this booster package so that you'll be able to make sure when you have all these people gathered, indoor, outdoor, you'll have booster service for your cell phones.
We were there, on Monday?
Yes.
Can you expand on what's going on out there?
Yeah, so most of the parking lot on the west side has been finished. The building is almost completely enclosed with the exception of the windows. All of the walls and steel beams have gone up inside. All of the brick on the exterior is nearly finished. They're going to be laying down the rest of the road that's between Front Street and the Rose Complex. So that road will finally be finished in front of the Civic Theater the next few weeks, weather provided we can stay dry. And then looking at, let me think, what else we toured.
Behind you if you want, Chad.
Yeah, Chad, do you have Chad with Fitzpatrick is also here if there's anything I've left out. The great news about, we say timing is everything. The great news for us about this construction project is you all couldn't have approved it at a better time. And we really thank WRL and Fitzpatrick for hustling on ordering everything for the construction project and have been storing it on site so that those materials were available and we didn't have a lot of lag time. So we really have been blessed as part of this project that we've not had delays in the construction. And we're pretty far along at this point.
All right. Any questions or comments for Stephanie?
Second.
Motion by McGee, second by Wynn. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Stephanie. Leanne.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
I come before you again this morning in regards to the Nobley Young Park construction of the trails. The previous lowest bid had decided to withdraw their bid, so today I'm here to recommend that the council consider authorizing the second lowest bidder to award bid number 20010 for Nobley Young Park renovations to Garrett and Associates Commercial Construction to furnish all necessary materials, equipment, superintendents, and labor in the amount to not exceed $591,021.21.
Question.
Curious, why did they
Yes.
There was
did not do the project at that amount? What was the reason?
There was some discussion about needing to remove 35 additional trees, and we've already removed about 36, and we didn't feel like that was necessary, and so we agreed to just part ways.
So it's kind of on our part.
Well, Garrett and Associates believe that they can do the project exactly the way it was bid.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess and I'm not trying to pick a fight, but when someone bids and their bid's accepted, they can just change their mind and say, we decide we don't want to do it and walk.
They can.
Okay. Okay.
The contract had not been fully executed at that point.
Okay.
Leanne, can you remind us what was the original bidder's price for the project?
$539,000.
All right. Any other questions for Leanne?
I think Councilman McGee was worried about an event taking place at another time at the last meeting. Will that still be a possibility?
Garrett seems to be very adamant that they can finish the project on time.
I'll make sure.
Move to approve them too.
Second.
Got a motion by McGee, second by McKellar and Westbrook. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, we are to the consent agenda. Anything need to be pulled or approved as is?
Move to approve as presented.
Motion by Westbrook, second by Wynn and McGee. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. City Manager's report.
Mayor and council, thank you all for this morning. A few things of note. One is our downtown. We have great news from the Texas State Board of Review. The Tyler Downtown National Historic District was approved. The Texas Historical Commission will be meeting, or will be in touch with some further updates, and this will be presented to you as the council at your second meeting in June, and then we'll look for some type of event afterwards as a community celebration. And the good news on this one is not only the designation of the downtown as a national historic or as a state historic district, but it's also with the fact, or a national historic district, pardon me. But it also is with that for the development and the like, for the tax credits and some of the other incentives that then come along with that from a state or national perspective that will allow for continued redevelopment of downtown as you are seeing. And so there's a couple of projects actually that have been kind of held up or in order to be able to see, for the city to be able to achieve this district designation so that they can then be able to move forward with at a more affordability for the project itself. This is the last week of school for many here in Tyler ISD or within Tyler, and we are prepared to provide them entertainment and enjoyment this summer. If a kid tells you they're bored this summer, they're not looking at everything that we're providing for them. Fun Forest Pool will do a partial opening this Saturday. The splash pad will be open to the public and free of charge, and the pool will be officially opened on June 4th. And that's a point of note for parks. They're able to get enough lifeguards hired, with the last ones being hired yesterday afternoon, to have enough to be able to fully operate the Fun Forest Pool and have that open this summer for people to enjoy. The Glass Recreation Summer Camp is coming up from June 13th to August 5th, And it's $200 per child for the 8-week program. They'll enjoy activities and field trips planned by the counselors. In addition to that, we'll have the summer playground program that's going to be that same time period, and it's free to the public for any child under the age of 18. And breakfast and lunch will be provided by the East Texas Food Bank at those events. And on Saturday, May 14th, the Faulkner, Bergfield, and Woodard Park splash pads were turned on for the summer. And so they're open from 9 to 9 every day, and will stay on for about 10 minutes at a time when activated. And then the library, and this was always one of my favorite activities, but I was a bit of a nerd when I was a kid, is a library summer reading program. I don't know if y'all remember the summer reading program. I would read all those books, so I'd get a box of Cracker Jacks. Looking back on it, I was like, I could have just bought the box of Cracker Jacks and saved my money that way. But I read books instead and got a free box. But our library provides a whole lot more for those kids than that Cracker box, Jack box I used to get at Winnie Public Library. And so that kicks off on June 6th, actually, with the library doing the Splash Bash on the Monday, June 6th, to kick it off, with a lot of water activities outside the library building for the children to enjoy, and then they can get signed up. And it's not only for kids, we also have an adult summer reading program where you can get a free book coupon for the library book nook, and eligible to win one of the 3 raffle baskets if you participate in this year's summer reading program. And so that's always a great activity for our kids to encourage them. It's with the summertime comes opportunities for kind of the loss of what they learned during the school year, and kind of keeping them involved and active in reading helps them be able to retain and to be even better prepared when school starts up again in the fall. Speaking of kind of as far as our work with the local schools, I wanted to kind of brag about the Rose Garden Center. They worked with a young individual named Andrew from Tyler ISD's Learning Independence and New Knowledge called the LINK program. It's a program for 18 plus as far as transition program that helps young adults ages 18 to 22 with skills necessary for employability and independent living. And so the program's housed at the Tyler Junior College West Campus, and the students participate in work-based learning at local businesses to prepare for employment in a supported shelter or independent environment. Andrew had been working at the Rose Garden Center for a month and learned new skills, including cleaning and event setup. The staff grew very fond of Andrew and hope to continue to have him as a volunteer in the future. And so we were glad to be able to participate with him in that program. And then finally, I do want to make sure that put the invitation out there and just kind of the excitement we have about tomorrow, which is the State of the City address over at Green Acres Crosswalk. And so that's going to be at the lunchtime hour. And it is a great program. The mayor is very well prepared and ready to go to talk about all the great things both that are occurring in Tyler and to come in our community. So we're very excited about that opportunity to put our best face forward and show our citizens and businesses just as far as what we as the city and what you as the council are doing to keep the city going in the right direction.
Any comments for city manager?
I move to approve the mayor going down the water slide on June 4th.
Second.
Head first or feet first?
Whichever way we push you.
I move to have EMS out there.
Well, like Ed said, tomorrow is State of the City, and I'll do my best to represent you all proudly. And I know last year it turned into a little bit of a comedy routine from bit to bit, but I'm looking forward to it and proud to work with all of you. So look forward to tomorrow. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We are adjourned.
Good job, Mr. Mayor.